You work at nodes. Congressman Cleaver advised me, of course, to say yes. And this is not about fake praise. This is very true. Congress can be, member of Congress, the process of the position can be intoxicating. Your ego gets stroked more than it should be. Your staff makes you look smarter than you are. And you begin to unravel a little bit at the edges. You begin to believe yourself and not why you're there. And my friendship with Congressman Cleaver is based on his integrity, his righteousness, about the things he believes in, and the things that he pushes. And so when this good man asked me, there's no way I can say no. And thank you very much for doing it. And let me thank Tom for gracious. Jessica, thank you so much. Very kind. It's an honor to be invited. And a little bit, you follow Cleaver. And then after that, prior to that, is some really distinguished good speakers from your own state. Your state by elected folk. And then you're sitting there and I'm doodling because I'm going on. What I prepared is not going to hang. That are going to perceive me. So it's too late to change. So we're going to have to go through it. It's great to be here. Jackson County Democrats, thank you so much. We have a dinner similar to that. It's called the Mo Udall dinner back home in my county, in Pima County. Someone who I admire very much, and I have the good grace to be kind of representing what 60% used to be his district in southern Arizona. I'm very proud of that. It's not as fun as yours. It's a little bit tedious. If people take a break, they never come back. So congratulations on a well run. Well, he's got this great line. And I kind of feel that way after the speakers have preceded me. Everything has been said, but I haven't said it. And so I kind of feel myself trapped in that position. I started in elected politics in 1974. 21-year-old kid. Mona and I were waiting for Anelita to be born. It was the summer after college. I didn't have anything to do. We decided to run for school board. And it was a citywide race. No person of color had ever won that race. And so we gave it a full effort. So in 1974, I got elected to the school board by 200 votes. And, just the whole shock of it. What the hell are we going to do now? And, but it turned out to be something that I really enjoyed. The policy, the give and take, and the idea that sometimes you can move that rock enough to make a difference in other people's lives. And so I had a friend, Paul, a transplanted person from Missouri who happened to be at the university, helped me a lot in my campaign. And so the day that we were getting sworn in, he brought me 2 office plaques that I should hang from 2 of his heroes in Missouri. And the first one was a plaque that read, "First God made idiots, then he rested. That was for practice. Then he made school boards." And, Mark Twain. And then the next one was just one little sentence. And it said, "The C students run the world, Harry S. Truman." And those 2 plaques I have treasured and I carry them with me anywhere else I go. And not that that's conclusive evidence of what people in Missouri think, but it was a brief glimpse and to the fact that you got to admit yourself, you are a little bit different. Let me introduce myself. And I had a good chance to meet a lot of people, but I think it's important. I'm a member of Congress, very proud of that. And look, I'm a first-generation American. My parents immigrated to this country from Mexico, and they worked really hard. There's three of us, me and my two sisters. They worked really hard at jobs that were hard. And they worked really hard, so all three of us, we're going to have a life better than theirs. It's an immigrant story, it's a generational story, but above all, it's an American story. That's what every family grows up with their own children. And generations through our history have done that. And it's a beautiful value. It's a beautiful tone that this nation has. And it solidified and unifies this almost dream, this American dream that you can't touch, you can't feel, but you see it practiced every day, in and out, in and out. So my dad didn't ever get to live to see me. I don't think he could have imagined that when I was in public office, I was a county commissioner, and he would ask me, Nico, what do you do? And I could never quite explain to him that function of public policy. I wasn't building anything, there was no bricks on ground, and I didn't promote any infrastructure. I said, Dad, I'm working on the law. We're trying to make a law. Okay. Never quite sure what I was doing for a living. But it was that American dream that this immigrant, my mom and dad, their kids were going to do something better. And it wasn't a legacy about handouts or charity. It was a legacy about hard work and opportunity. Because one of the things we have to remember about this nation, that people work hard. They exhaust themselves to better their kids, and they ask their next generation to do the same. You can't ask people to exhaust themselves. You can't ask people to take the risk. You can't ask people to go out there, work hard, play by the rules, and at the end of the day, you close the door to them an opportunity. Because with hard work also comes the very fundamental role of this government of ours, is to provide opportunity for those that have earned the chance and the opportunity to move their lives forward. This is no time to be cutting American families out of the ability to send their kids to college. This is no time to be closing the door on Head Start. This is no time to disinvest in our education system when a generation demographically different from the one that's here and the one that's out there is about to move in to the leadership role and responsibility for the future of this nation. This is no time to take that American dream that we all believe in, to hijack it, pervert it, and make it something that it's not. We're not saying the American dream is about give me something. American dream is I've earned the opportunity to succeed. And we should one of the vexing issues, divisive, delicate, and politically charged is immigration and immigration reform. We all know that. I gotta tell you this. My staff and Nancy Pelosi told me not to go on the corporate show. But of course I did. And it was funny to me, but I don't know if so we're wrapping up the show, right? And so far, I think I've kind of escaped the worst. And then he goes, and this like O'Reilly on steroids character that he has, and he goes to me, hey, Congressman, you're of Mexican descent, aren't you? And I go, yeah. Yes, I am. You're very proud of that, aren't you? I said, yes, I am. And your family is of Mexican descent. I said, yes. He goes, and you're very proud of that. And then he starts to wrap it up. He goes, so you're of Mexican descent, you're proud of your family, you're proud of your heritage, and you're a United States Congressman. And I said, yes. Well, let me ask you a question, Congressman. What? Are you doing a job other Americans don't want? And I did exactly what I just did. There's no answer. Immigration is an important issue for not just to deal with the reality of perhaps 8 to 11 million people undocumented, and that we have to address that. It has to be comprehensive, it has to be a package, and yes, there's going to be a compromise. There's going to be a give and a take. Is the discussion in the Senate bill something that I think is absolutely the best thing that ever happened? No. If I wrote the bill, we wouldn't have this debate. But I'm not writing the bill. And in this democracy, I'm not the one in charge. I have a role in it, and I'm going to play that role. So there's going to be some things in there that we will have to accommodate. But there's going to be some things in there that have to be accommodated as well. The DREAM Act, path to citizenship. It means a direct relief for millions of people in this country whose families are split. When you have 5,000 kids that are in foster care because their parents have been deported but for no other reason, you have to start considering what the social consequence of not reforming this law in a comprehensive way. Because it's not just about the economics, it's not just about the security for our country, which is important as well. It's about the social fiber of this great nation of ours. We're a nation of immigrants. We all got here voluntarily, and in some cases, unfortunately, involuntarily. But we're a nation of immigrants. The only non-immigrants are the first Americans, the Native American people. They're probably wondering to themselves in this juncture in history if they should have started checking papers a long time ago. So I think this is a social issue. It's an immigration issue. Yes, it is, about how we integrate and accommodate. And part of the process is the greatest integrative force in this country has been our public education system. The greatest integrative, value-developing part of this country has been our education system. And we need to strengthen that. As a new democracy comes in, there has to be a touchstone, an American touchstone, that translates and brings to that accommodation who we are as a nation, what our values are, and what it means to be an American. I learned that in school. I learned it from my family. And we cannot rob the next 2 or 3 generations of the opportunity in our school system to become fully empowered and American like the rest of us.